We got voice messages, Ian.
Oh, we do.
You go to anchor.fm/the CU podcast. You go, you leave a voice message. It doesn't have to be a long one. You don't have to, bloviate too much. Just, you get in, you get out, and you tell us that you got something interesting to ask.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Ian. This is Max calling from Edison, New Jersey. I'm so sorry for calling New Jersey the armpit of the country. Oh. It's great. How about we talk it over some friendlies in Metuchen? Maybe around too many games? Have a great day, guys. Thanks.
Well, that's in Jersey, Metuchen. So, like, there is a couple friendlies probably around Pennsylvania, too many games. So, you can buy me peanut butter cup Sunday. Make it up to me, Max, at some point.
Hey, Pat and Ian. John from Ireland here. So, for the 3 guidebooks, what are some games that you had to review that you hadn't played before, that you had to play for either the longest amount of time or the shortest amount of time until you had to figure out what rating you wanted to give the game?
Okay, about questions about rating times versus playing. I'll just use the N64 book because that's the last one that's been written. All the reviews are written. Just other stuff's being written right now. Carmageddon was the longest. I talked about it. I was like 8 to 9 hours. That was hell on earth.
Right.
Playing through the entirety of Carmageddon. Like, that was awful. And then a game like the arcade compilations, that's like, I played all those arcade games before. You play each one for like 5-10 minutes, see how it plays, making sure it's there. You're not playing. You don't have to do all the keys, 256 keys in Pac-Man, And then that's probably the easiest ones. Like, that's like the gamut of, like, compilations are the easiest. A difficult, awful game like that's over the long will be like the worst.
Sure.
For me, something like Rogue Squadron would be in the middle because that's like, it's not short, but it's enjoyable. It's tough, but like that was probably like 4 hours. I think Rogue Squadron, maybe something like that.
Sure.
Next one here.
Pat, Ian, Dan from Tampa.
Hey, Dan.
I was just curious, Pat, since I've been following your career since you appeared on AVGN, who exactly is Frank? How do you know him? And why does he hang out with your nerd asses?
Wow. You know what? Well, I was going to tell you, but after that insult, Dan, I think I'll just keep it to myself there, Dan. All right.
Hey, guys. This is Alan from California.
Hey, Alan.
With all of Pat's talk about Knight Rider recently, it reminded me something I wanted to bring up but forgot about. On YouTube, there's this group called the Knight Rider Historians, and they do a lot of research into different props and even collect them and even some of the vehicles used in the show. And one of the most recent acquisitions was the Semi from seasons 3 and 4.
Wow.
And they're doing a full restoration for it, and they have a GoFundMe for it. Just wanted to plug that since it hasn't gotten too much attention from the mainstream, and really hope that project succeeds. So thanks for giving me a spot to plug something I'm not even involved with.
Here it is.
Did it reach its goal? Or is it still no?
They need 40,000. They've raised 5,458.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I want someone to get the full one with the full Knight Industries, where he pulled up in with the computer stuff, and that was a set. That was pre-Spy Hunter. Spy Hunter might have ripped that off from Knight Rider potentially.
Oh, that's what I've been. I believe that's what I was told, was that like the truck part was.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The weapons van.
Yep.
Next one here.
Ian, Pat, this is Chris from Boulder, Colorado.
Hey, Chris.
Been listening to you guys for years. Recently, I've been going back and listening to all your podcasts from number 1. I'm on episode 69 right now, and
nice.
Just wanted to remind you guys something that's freaking hilarious is when you guys go, limited, call in right now. We're going to throw in 10 fish fillet knives. I love you guys. Keep doing the good work. Bye.
Well, the knife guy was not the card guy.
No.
The knife guy was a different guy. The guy selling the samurai sword stuff.
I think Don West might have crossed over.
He crossed over.
I think he might have crossed over.
I remember a younger guy selling the swords and knives.
I do too, but I and granted, my memory on it is very hazy.
We're talking 94. We're trying to remember 95.
Yeah, but I thought Don West kind of did a little bit of everything for a while.
Okay.
I think he was kind of like a QVC pinch hitter.
You were a utility man?
Yeah.
You sell this? Okay. Yeah. The knife sets we don't talk about. No one needs that many knives. It was like you get 37 different knives for like $17 somehow.
You ever see someone cut themselves? I have.
On the show?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember seeing that in the show. Like trying to put the knife back in.
Yeah, I mean, little nicks and stuff like that, but.
Like that, it was like the amount of knives you see at the booths at the flea market. You know, like oh yeah, $20 you get 17 knives. It's like what?
Why?
Like where are you getting these knives from?
Just one for in between each finger. Like
it was like you said those martial arts stores like in the indoor
snack.
Did your indoor flea market have like a martial arts store?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. It's like oh you can get ninja
knives, throwing stars,
grappling hooks. They had
size
the caltrops that you put on the ground.
Yeah,
that people could step on and get impaled on their feet.
Just use Legos.
Just use like that leaves a mark. Doesn't make you bleed, but you want to die after that.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is Rodney from Asheville, North Carolina again. This question is mostly for Pat, but Ian, if you want to chime in, please feel free. I would love to hear your opinion on this subject. Pat, you've mentioned in the past that you have fenced in college. I too fenced in college, and it helped me find my avenue into the wider world of sword fighting, and I am currently a knight in the Society for Creative Anachronism for what that's worth, $5, and that will get me a cup of coffee.
Wait, hold on. You're like a knight
in Creative Anachronism. It's not quite LARPing, but it's like it's like recreation.
Are those the ones that recreate like jousting and hitting each other, and they like you hit my arm like the
it's like thing? Renaissance Fest shit and stuff like that.
But anyway, are there any particular swords in video games that you find particularly cool or interesting or noteworthy?
The katana Ninja Gaiden is so satisfying. The sound of the katana is great.
For me, two swords, at least visually, that I love. Cloud's Buster sword. And the sword I've loved it since I was a kid. The sword on the cover of Zelda 2.
Don't ask me why. Now I think about it. The white sword in Legend of Zelda was my favorite sword. I loved that it was.
I loved it when I was a kid.
I loved that it was white
because it was unique because of that. Yeah.
And whenever I got the Master Sword, I was sad. Yeah. Because the Master Sword was more powerful. Didn't look as nice.
Yeah, didn't look as cool.
Yeah, the white sword looked great.
It did.
Looked great.
Looked awesome.
White and blue. I mean, it looked like a toy sword.
It's fantastic.
Basically. Bring back the white sword. Can the white sword get some play in some of these games? Is the white sword in Breath of the Wild?
I doubt it.
Master Sword gets too much shine. White sword. It's like the peanut butter Twix. No one talks about. They don't make them anymore. I found out, much to my fucking horror, because I haven't had one in forever.
Hey, what's up, guys? Mason from West Virginia here again. Just a quick question. If Pat and Ian were to be Mario Kart DLC characters, what would you like your karts to look like?
What do I use in the game when I play? I forget. I haven't played Mario Kart now in like a couple of years.
I'd want mine to look like a little Jurassic Park Jeep.
Jurassic Park Jeep?
Yeah, that's what I would want.
You ever see the one they have at the conventions they bring around?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
It's great. They bring around to some of them. I don't know. That's a good one. I gotta think about that. How about a what was the three-wheeled little guy when it was red, yellow, and blue that you sat on the ground and you pedaled. Why can't I think of
like a big wheel?
A big wheel.
Yeah.
Why can't I think of a big wheel?
Sure.
A big wheel. The OG big wheel I had as a hand-me-down from my sister got it at a yard sale and I had it. And we didn't have the back part. We didn't have the seat part in the back, you leaned against. So that wasn't in with the peg holes. We didn't have that. I'll do a few more here.
Hey guys, Chris from North Carolina here. I think I've heard you talk at some point about licensed games that should have existed. Oh, sure. And I'm curious, are there any properties that you personally wish could have gotten a licensed game? For me, it's definitely the Brave Little Toaster animated kids movie from 1987.
That would be fun.
I love it.
You've never seen the Brave Little Toaster?
No.
It's so good.
If it got just an absolutely broken garbage game, I would love playing every minute of it. Thanks. Have a good one.
I've said this before, but I'll say it again. There should have been a Highlander the series game.
There should have been a Bloodsport game.
That would have been like there was a Highlander game that was on like the Commodore 64 that was awful. That would have been the Bloodsport game. It would have been like in Europe they got so many weird properties for like the computer games that didn't come out here. It would have been like ended up there. It would have been like Frank Dukes against Paco, and then again it'd be like a 3-tier sort of thing. That's it. Like one would have been cheap as hell.
Oh yeah.
What console? Let's see. Would have been the 80s, late 80s. Yeah, and NES Bloodsport. That kind of.
We'll put it on the Apple II.
Put on the Apple II.
Put it on the Apple II.
With good old one button. Or is it 2 buttons on Apple II?
I think it's just one button.
The one.
Oh, one. Two. It's two.
There was two.
I think there's 2 buttons on the up.
Most computers had 2 buttons.
My understanding is the Amiga only had 1.
Really?
I could be wrong on that. Someone let me know. But I remember people saying like the Amiga had like great graphics and stuff for games, but like a lot of the games were tougher to do because of maybe it was 2 buttons, but it was limited.
Hey guys, this is Duffy from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm curious as to what TV show, old or new, you think would make a phenomenal game that hasn't been done before, and why?
Oh, did you and Chris coordinate this question? Is it a licensed TV show? I'm kind of shocked that there was one on the computer. I think I really needed an NES Price is Right game more than you possibly can imagine. Out of all the game shows that came out in there, Classic Concentration was on there, but you didn't do Price is Right, which was a lot more popular. I think that would have been a game that would have done very well on the NES or Super Nintendo. Like a Super Nintendo, that would have been a fantastic fucking game. You could have had like 12 mini games basically, and done the wheel spin because they had the digitized graphics by that point. You could have done that, and I think that would have been a hit.
For me, I'll go to a couple of cartoons that were popular, particularly DreamWorks stuff. The DreamWorks Voltron reboot, and the DreamWorks She-Ra reboot. Okay. Both of them would have been extraordinarily prime for like video game topics. A lot of action, a lot of story, adventure, storyline.
More modern game.
Okay. Yeah, and you can make a lot more. You could, definitely flesh out levels and all sorts of stuff to do in it. They did make one Voltron game, but I can't remember if it was based on the new Voltron, but it was just like an overhead, like twin stick shooter thing, and didn't look particularly good at all.
Twin stick shooter adventure game came out 2011.
Okay,
so that's before the new series, right?
Let me see.
When did the new series come out?
Let me see.
No, that was after 2011. A twin stick shooter Voltron game. So
yeah, just a waste.
So you just the lines individually. You don't ever form up into that.
I honestly I don't know.
Came out in PS3 and 360. Published by THQ. Not the best scores.
Yeah, no, it got really bad scores. So
I cannot believe there's only been one Voltron game ever. The Famicom didn't have one.
I know. Legendary Defender. Let's see.
Because they had Transformers on Famicom, not on the NES, which was like shocking in of itself. I guess by the late 80s it was dying out.
When was this fucking made?
Yeah, do one or two more here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it went from June 2016, so that other one was not based on. Yeah.
I watched the first. I still haven't finished. Is that finished, Voltron? I watched the first.
It's done. Honestly, it's not. The first 4 seasons are great.
I couldn't keep track. They were putting out a season every 5 months. I couldn't just keep up with it.
Everything else after that's pretty rocky. But I really did like the first 4 seasons.
How many episodes were there, like 50 episodes?
I think it's like 52 total.
Okay. But overall, it was good. I mean, I saw the first couple.
There was a lot. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff I liked about it, but it did not finish strong. There were 78 episodes.
Holy
that's the longest one they did. Avatar, I think, actually was close. Anyway, whatever.
Hi, Pat and Ian. This is Yasin from Germany speaking. I recently went to an arcade/video game museum, and for the first time in my life, I properly played a flipper machine. There were a couple of ones, including Terminator 2 and an Addams Family one. But my favorite one was an Indiana Jones flipper machine from Williams, I think, in 1993.
That's right.
I just wanted to ask what your opinion was of that flipper machine and
love it.
What some of your favorite ones are.
I love that Indiana Jones machine because you don't have to deal with the awful 4th movie being included on the newer one.
The newer machine's just dog shit anyways. It's not
that and that's Star Wars Williams machine, or the best versions of those. I'd rather play that versus the newer Star Wars one. I didn't love the new Star Wars one. I hated it. I did the Star Wars one 3 times. That's right. That I love those 2 machines, and they came out about the same year, I believe, 93-ish. 94.
Did they do Star Wars 3 times? I thought it was just the Data East Star Wars, and then we got the Stern one that sucks.
I thought there was one in between. I thought there was another one.
There was the Phantom Menace one.
I thought there was one in between, but
okay.
Either way, those are brilliant machines, both of them. I love both those machines with my heart, because like the mini games and modes are so fun. I love the Death Star target on that 93 machine.
Problem with the 93 machine is the rules suck, but it's a beautiful. I think it looks great. It looks the era, and like the layout's fun.
The shooter button on the side going up and down, I love it. And the Indiana Jones one is fun because all the modes in it, all three movies. It's because there's enough for all three movies in there. It's great. The
Indiana Jones one is really fun. I like it a lot.
That's a gun.
It's not among my favorites, but I'll play it anytime I see it.
Oh sure.
The Addams Family by Pat Lawler is generally considered to be an all-time classic. I really like it. And Terminator 2, that's a Steve Ritchie machine. Lot of fun. Really like that one. Some of my favorites of all time, of modern stuff, I am 100% in love with Jurassic Park, and I really do like Godzilla. But my heart lies in older machines. I really like Centaur, Fathom, 8-Ball Deluxe, all classic Bally's. I like playing Taxi. Taxi's a lot of fun. So, I mean, I have tons of favorites. But all three of those machines you played are great machines.
We got to do two more. We have a response to Tommy from last week. It sounds like we have to play that. We can't wait on this one.
I might have been alerted.
Don't break fourth walls, Ian.
Balsamic vinegar is a very dark, concentrated, and intensely flavored vinegar originating in Italy. And let me tell you, that was an extremely dark and intensely vinegar-sounding call that was directed towards me. Listen, I don't know why anyone's talking about coming home to me in your voicemails of all places, but as flattered as I am not interested, thank you. Saying I talk too much. Vox means voice. It's literally my name. I wasn't going to call in for a while because even though I ask really good questions, I have been told that I can be, at times, a bit much. It's like the boot from Super Mario Bros. 3. Everyone loves the boot. The boot's the best. But if the boot showed up in every stage, it'd be too much. You'd get sick of the boot, and that would be a tragedy. You know what else is a tragedy? Aging men making garbage products in a desperate attempt to clean up relevance. Putting a poor girl like me on defensive like this. No wonder that ski Vox.
Wow. All right. Vox coming back strong.
Yes. That was a good one.
Wow. More Jersey in that one than I thought. And then we hear back from someone here.
Hey guys, real sorry about putting out that Amico update exactly 1 second after you did your podcast. I know it's crazy how that keeps happening. But I heard that podcast, and I gotta say, Pat, I don't know why you let Ian talk to you like that. What a dick. And then he has the nerve to say, Pat, you always take things way too personally. I said, would you listen to this gaslighting? Pat, don't let him silence your truth. Okay? He's scared to death of you realizing your own self-worth. Because he knows that once that happens, he's going to get kicked to the curb. But that won't stop him. He'll keep coming back. So, Pat, what you got to do is, next time he's over there doing the podcast, just pick a good time when he's not paying attention real quick. You grab his laptop off the table and just bash it over his head over and over again. And he's going to tell you to stop. But, Pat, listen to me. Don't you stop. Don't you stop till that man doesn't even remember who you are. But I don't want to cause any troubles. Just go with your heart. Bye.
Wow. Tommy, trying to divide and conquer there, Tommy. Good attempt there, Tommy.
Those were the last two voicemails were very good. That was a good session.
That was a good session, Ian?
Yeah.